Bonjour and Anine. Welcome to Gigi's Vintage Therapy. I know I took a little hiatus for about 3 months. My last video was, I think it was in September. So 3 months ago. But I've been very busy with other things. Like I had explained in the beginning of my videos, I'm a retired mental health therapist, so I still do little presentations here and there when people contract with me to do some talks on mental health. But for those of you who are maybe just starting to watch this, I am trying to sell my entire collection. 40 years of collecting vintage items. I have a vintage store on YouTube, and I have dresses, jewelry. I also have antiques and collectibles, which I haven't really shown yet. I'm trying to show the jewelry and the vintage dresses. And my prices are negotiable. My collection is of clothing, of dresses, is from the and Edwardian, Victorian Edwardian, 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s to the 70s, 1970s. And tonight we're going to be showing all 1950s dresses. Now, some of the dresses, a few of the dresses are what you call couture, meaning they were very well made by dress designers, high-end dress designers. Some are party dresses, dance dresses. I have some prom dresses that are, they used to call them cupcake dresses back in the day. They're the prom dresses that are strapless. They might have a little wrap or a little bolero, and they're very fancy with a lot of ruffles, lace, ruffles, tulle. I'll let you know which ones are the cupcake dresses. And these fabrics are tulle, taffeta, organdy or organza, lace, and some of the prom dresses have what you call shelf busts, or sometimes they're known as crumb catchers, strapless bodices with the ruffling at the top. And then, so what we do is we do a tour of the items that are for sale, and then I go and talk about each item. But tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to try to cut these videos down to maybe 30 minutes or less. And but what I want to show tonight is a beautiful oak. It's like a golden oak tool chest, but the tools that it holds, the contents, is a shell maker or bullet maker from I believe it's from the 1940s. And it actually belongs to my friend Susie. I had talked about Susie in one of my videos. She's the one that helped me collect all of this stuff. She was out there looking throughout the years, and then I would get the items from her, or we'd go rummaging and buying together. But this belongs to her, and we'll show it in the tour. So The other thing I want to know now, I don't know what to call each of these items that belong to in this shell maker chest, this wooden chest. I have no idea what each piece is called. So if anybody out there can identify this and send me a comment, I'd appreciate that. Okay, so I think we'll begin the tour. So here we have a beautiful copper colored taffeta halter dress with fancy buttons down the front. Now I think the little rhinestones are still there in every one of them. And then we have a side metal zipper. And we have these are like, I don't want to say pin tuck, but they are decorative. I forget what they call this, but this should have had a belt, but of course the belt is missing. But it's beautiful. And we can get a shot of the side here so you can see what the side of that, what the back looks like. Yeah. And that is 1950s, of course. And this dress is $125. And next we have a red taffeta, red and black, and this has got a pleated design here. And this would have been excellent for Halloween, because not only does it have almost like leaves, but it also has spider webs. Those look like spider webs. And this is taffeta, and it's also got flocking. The black is like velvet flocking on the dress. And this has a side metal zipper. And it just kind of folds over in the front here. And then this is the back of the dress. And it has a full circle skirt. All of these dresses have full circle skirts. That was the big design of the 1950s, were the circle skirts. And this is also lined. This has like a net. This almost looks like horsehair, but horsehair would be stiffer. But it does have the lining. And this dress is $100. And of course, all the measurements of each of these dresses, if I get serious inquiries, I can measure and send you the measurements. Now this one is, the interesting thing about this dress is that it you can pull this gathers, and I think there's something you can pull here to gather it up. But this is a style of a dress that Yves Saint Laurent, who was a high-end designer out of Paris, he took over for Christopher Dior, who was the famous atelier out of Paris that designed the first circle dresses. The New Look, it was called. But this is turquoise blue taffeta, and this is nylon net. And this is the front of the dress, scoop neck, cap sleeves. And this is the back. It has a little bow all the way, extends all the way down the back. And this is tagged. This is a Lori Deb of San Francisco. Metal zipper. This dress is $100. Now this is an all organdy or organza embroidered teal, blue, and white. And of course there's the folded fancy trim on the neckline and then around the cap sleeves. And this also has a circle skirt, and it has lining as well, white net lining, side metal zipper. Now this would have had a belt as well. So this is front of the dress, beautiful, in the back of the dress. And this dress is $125. Full circle skirt. Next we have, now this is, I mentioned the cupcake dresses, cupcake prom dresses. So this is lavender net with a little shelf bust. This is actually a strapless dress. These are not straps here. These go down into the dress, but I just got it hanging. I just got it pinned there so I could hang and display the dress. And this is, the netting is very delicate, and it has the little ruffles here. And this is lined as well. I think it has a taffeta lining, more like an acetate lining, I think. Same color as the dress. in a very finished waistline. And it has a little wrap that you wrap around your shoulder. It connects to the bust. Has a shelf bust. This is what you call a shelf bust. And this is the back of the dress. So you can see. Now these dresses, to really appreciate the design and what they have going on in the full circle skirt, you'd have to wear, and everyone in the 50s wore crinolines underneath the dresses. And I'll show you what a crinoline is when I get to it. But yeah, this would stick out so that you could see that ruffle, that design of the dress. And this dress is $125, and I paired it with some lavender amethyst chip necklace with hematite, and it's a double. This is actually about 16 inches long, so I doubled it up so it would have an 8-inch drop. And that necklace is $30. And next we have, now this is more of a couture type dress. You can tell by the very detailed seam work and the dropped waist and this detail in the front, how well made that is. And the seam work is actually part of the design as well. Now you would wear a crinoline under this. Now this is 1, 2, 3 layers. So the bottom layer is nylon, and see this is what you call pellin, and I think pellin might have been made out of horsehair because it's very stiff. And then it has a row of net, and then you have the top of the dress itself. Now this is excellent. There's no issues with this dress. And this is the back. A big bow which extends all the way the full length of the back of the dress. And this one was designed by Fred Perlberg. He made high-end dresses, dance originals. So he specialized in making dresses for dancing in the 50s. And this dress is $200. And next we have a very beautiful, this is all taffeta. And it's got the soutache trim design. And it also has net or crocheted little floral pieces all over the dress. And it has prong set rhinestones all over the skirt of the dress, and then one in the bodice, actually 3 in the bodice. Now this you would wear a crinoline under so that you could see how that shimmers and see all those rhinestones. I mean, I know women nowadays probably don't want to wear crinolines, but that's what the crinolines were meant for, to wear with these circle dresses, the circle skirts, so that you could appreciate all the beauty of the dress itself. It has a scoop neckline. This is the front of the dress. This is the back of the dress. And this is thick taffeta. Side metal zipper. And I paired it with a choker type necklace. This is most likely from the, I'd say the maybe the 1980s. But this, you can change out the little faux gems. Now I put this amethyst in there because it's the color of the dress. But you can also change out to 3 more gems. In this necklace, it's an omega choker with 5 stones, and it's got a 6-inch drop, and it's $30. And this dress is $200. There's not a thing wrong with this. There's no holes, no snags, no scratches. Beautiful. And next we have a beautiful little dress, 1950s as well, and lace. And then we have the peach taffeta peeking through the lace. This is transparent. Look at all this pin tucking on this fabric. You may never see fabric like this again. And then it has the bodice, which or the waist, which is black velvet, a rolled black velvet piping on the waist, and it has the scoop neckline. And inside you see the peach, or the peach colored taffeta peeking through. These are not straps. These are just when you hang the dress up so that it doesn't fall off the hanger. And this is a low scoop neckline, metal zipper. Beautiful. And it too, well, I would say, to show the real beauty of this dress, you would almost need to wear a crinoline under it. But it looks good either way. And this dress is $225. And next we have a beautiful, now all of these dresses have been cleaned, dry cleaned. And this one was dry cleaned as well, but it's been in storage. I mean, I put them in bins so they get a little crinkled. But this is all flocking. And this too has the pellin. The seamstresses out there, they know what pellin is. And that was put at the very bottom of these 1950s dresses to keep keep their shape, their circle shape. And this is like a ruched at the waist, almost like a cummerbund. And this is a little taffeta, that little taffeta flounce in the back of the dress, 2-layer, and it just snaps to the back. Metal zipper, V neckline in the back, and it has a net. A lot of these 50s dresses, the party dresses, had the net, had their own crinoline, but they also wore more crinolines underneath. And then thick, no, I don't think this is acetate. It's kind of too thick to be, but it is a beautiful fabric lining. So that's 3 layers for this dress. And a rounded neckline with piping. peach color piping, the color of the cummerbund underneath. I think this had, yeah, this should sit up a little more. Like that. And this dress is $125. Now here we have another couture dress. This is more of a wiggle dress, but it also is longer in the back. Look at that work on this dress. Look at that hem. And this is the inside. This is like a, almost like a satin. And then it's got the big peplum over the skirt. So it kind of bubbles out. Crisscross in the front. Cap sleeves. A boxy square neckline. And this is a Susie Perrett. P-E-R-E-T-T-E of New York. And she was a high-end dress designer. Metal zipper in the back. And then there's even a kick pleat on the peplum. Very interesting design of this dress. And this dress is $125. Now this one is lace. Lace and satin. Look at this bow. This is thick satin. Beautiful. Like a real light aqua, or even a light teal. Circle skirt, of course. The acetate lining, and then the net, and then the lace over that. And this also has pellin on the hem. These 1950s dresses, most of them had very thin hems. That's the way you can tell a 1950s dress from a 1960s dress. The hem, the length of the hem. And all the 1950s dresses were what we call T-length. And T-length means it was below the knee and halfway like to the calf, or calf length, but they called it T-length. This again, the corded waist, very finished waistline, and the seams in the bodice, the scoop neckline, the low scoop back of the neckline, and then look at the how that waist drops with this cord. Very elegant. And this dress is $200. Very beautiful. Next we have another cupcake prom dress. Now this has all the bells and whistles of a cupcake prom dress. It's got the shelf bust going on, and it's strapless. These are just for hanging on a hanger. And it has the side metal zipper. And you can close that hook and eye so that it stays, so it hides the zipper. It also has this little bolero over the top. Little lace, and it's all lace. It's lavender. Now this you for sure would wear a crinoline underneath to puff it out so you can appreciate all whatever's going on, all of this ruffling that's going on in lace. And this was typical of the prom dresses in the 50s. Every teenage girl wanted one of these dresses for prom. And so it has acetate lining, And then it has another layer of net. And then the top ruffled skirt. And it's strapless. Most of the prom dresses were strapless back in the 50s. And then they'd have the little bolero over the top, or a little wrap that you wrap around your shoulders. And then this snaps up the neck. And this dress is $125. And there's, so this is lavender tulle and lace over light pink. So it looks almost like an ombre. That's very pretty. Now, this is not a 1950s dress. This is a modern. This is actually only 4 years old. This was designed in 2000 by the famous designer Paco Rabanne, or Rabanne. Raubanne. Now, if you Google this dress, I call this the heart dress. If you Google this, you will see that this book's out at $1,400. It was on one of the runway shows, this very dress. And this dress is brand new. It still has the tag. This is the tag. So it has kind of full flouncy sleeves. And what this reminds me of is a 1940s dress with this white, these white inserts. And those are actually, I thought this was all print, but it isn't. These are actually strips of fabric that was sewn in there. And then this comes to folds in the front, which is very interesting. And then that heart, yeah, that heart is cut and sewn in there. Very well made. I'm asked, now online I see this dress, the value is $1,400, but the it's selling for anywhere from $200 to $400, and this is brand new. Nobody's worn this. And I'm asking $250 for this. Paco Rabanne. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. But look him up. He's a famous designer. Now we have, this is another sort of a cupcake dress. This would be great for either Valentine's Day or Christmas. This is strapless. Has the shelf bust. And this is all flocking. All that red design is flocking. And this is very typical what you would wear to prom or out dancing. And then it's got the net peeking out from the bottom. Very typical 1950s. Full skirt. So this has this layer, the net layer, and then the taffeta. Now this is thick taffeta. This is not acetate. It's taffeta. Very thick. And and this dress has been cleaned as well. And this dress is $200. And I paired it with a necklace. These are pearlized beads, heavy, hematite. And that necklace, that's about a 9-inch drop. It's hearts, hematite hearts, heart beads. That's why for Valentine's Day I was thinking the theme. But this necklace is $30. Now this is the epitome of a prom dress for the 50s. Actually, it's a dance dress. Look at that. This is in perfect condition. It's strapless. It's got the shelf bust going on with the poofy ruffles. It's got a dropped waist in the ruching and the netting. Very well made. Metal zipper. And it also has like a train. The poof and the this is an upscale cupcake dress is what I say this is, because it's so beautiful. It's got all the bells and whistles. This dress is $300. And now we have a purple silk slub silk. This is slub silk lavender dress with lace insert up the front, throughout the bodice and the sleeves. And this is beautiful here. This I forget what they call it. This isn't pin tucking, but it's sort of on that order where the hips, it comes out. Now this should be worn with a crinoline, a full crinoline. This has a metal zipper and let's see, scoop neckline, piping around the neckline. There's no holes in this dress. It's perfect. Scoop back, and I'll show you what a crinoline looks like. So we put one on this mannequin, and this is what they wore, the types of crinolines they wore. And some crinolines were even more fluffy and stiffer and made the dresses stick way out. But this is beautiful. The crinolines, some of them are pretty fancy like this. Satin bow. Now nowadays, a gal could take and wear that with a Levi coat, a nice top, boots, and it would look pretty cool. So this, and this is flocking also on this net. And do you see how that net is, the design on the very bottom, how fancy that is? So it's in layers, and then it's double netted on the bottom. This is like a double net. And then this is not taffeta, this is some other material. I forget what they call that, but it's beautiful. And this crinoline, this fancy crinoline, is $50. And this dress, now this also has pellin on the hem. And then see the seams. In the 50s, when they did their seam work, they always used pinking shears on the edges. You see that? That's how the 50s fabrics, they were pinked. The edges were pinked with pinking shears. And this dress is $150. And this one is another cupcake prom dress. Now this is very full. Strapless, net, ruffles. The ruffles are all net. And the red stripes are velvet, red velvet. And so this kind of sticks out all by itself. But it does have another layer of tulle underneath. And then under that is the acetate lining. This protects you from the net being itchy against your skin. And this dress too would be a good Valentine dress or even a Christmas dress. And this dress is $175. Okay. A halter dress. Let's see. It snaps around the neck. This is almost like a silk taffeta. It's long, very long, circle, full, and it has its own belt. The belt is perfect. And then it has the ruching, the gathered bust in the cups. It almost looks like it has a swimming suit top from the 50s with the halter top and the gathered cups on the bust. And this is a bigger size too. And it has a metal zipper. I had this dry cleaned. And this dress is $150. Beautiful. So here we are showing the shell making toolbox. And this is all solid oak. And everything you see that we're showing here that are in these cases and these steel items, this is all made of steel. These gadgets. Now, I have no idea what to call any of this, but all we know is that it's for making shells or bullets. And it all came together. And I would say this is from about the 1940s. It's a beautiful golden oak toolbox lined in green felt. And everything we're showing here went in this this box. And you can see the drawers, all the drawers open, and they have the tools in there. All of these tools and everything are made of steel, so it's pretty heavy. And if any of you men out there or artillery guys or gun collectors or whoever know what this is, you can comment or reach me, gigisvintagetherapy@gmail.com. I'm going to have to do a little more research on this stuff, on this box of tools. That's all I can call it, is tools, because that's all I know. If any of you recognize what these are, let me know, if you could, please. And all these little boxes, like this, that's the brand name on the top, Lufkin, Lufkin. This goes, this actually is this, covers all of this. This is the door. And then if you can see the box was built by H. Gersner and Sons, Dayton, Ohio, USA. Model C52. That should say something. And then this is what's in this drawer. And we've got a lot of these things. They almost look like protractors, but I know they're not called that. And like I said, all of these are steel parts. Lots of round pieces. Maybe these are what you make the bullets out of. I don't know. This is, to me, it's a curiosity. So, and here's some more things. I put it all in see-through freezer bags so that you could get an idea of what those are. Maybe some of you can identify this. Now this looks like it's, oh, this says Craftsman, number 4094, 26 leaf something gauge, made in USA. Whatever that is. And then here's some more little measuring, look like a ruler. Little, looks like a little container with metal pieces in. And here's some more. Whatever that is. Combination center drills, cutters. Warren, Michigan, USA. Number 2. 1 dozen combination center drills. So this is the curiosity of the evening. And like I said, if any of you can identify this, and if you're interested in actually buying this along with all the contents, we're starting at $1,000. So for the box and the contents. Now we did identify the box itself, and online empty, that means none of this stuff is in there, but an empty box like this is going for $800. So this is the box with all the tools. I'm going to call them tools because I don't know what else to call them. And I'm assuming for making ammunition or bullets or what have you. This closes. Wait. Is everything? There, it just closes like that. Okay. So that's the end of the session for tonight. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Remember, send your comments or subscribe. Like, subscribe. I appreciate it. Miigwech and good night.